The timber's thick a trophy bucks at 200 yards. Your 308's got one shot to drop him clean, or you're hiking home with an empty tag and a bruised ego. Can your rifle deliver when the wild tests its soul? Charge into the hunt with 8 best .308 rifles for hunting in 2025. Reliable and field-tested, a pulse-pounding, no-mercy blitz through 8 rifles so rugged and precise they rival your Mossberg Patriot LR Hunter's trusty 308, ranked to crown the ultimate big game slayers. We've got the proof ranges burned, game bagged, experts like Outdoor Life and Field and Stream shouting their picks that these rigs rule the woods. Millions stalk the wild each season, but are they armed with legends or just loud sticks? Curious which 308 rifles reign? Dying to know what makes them hunters' gold. Lock your bolt, this'll roar like a rut, and one's a beast that'll jolt your core. 1. Sako 90's Adventure, the all-terrain ace. The ridge bites a mule deer's at 300. Sako 90's Adventure chambers a 308, slinging a 150-grain Hornady SST at 2,800 feet per second from a 22-inch fluted barrel. A featherweight flop. No shot, this ace is an all-terrain king. 0.7-inch average groups at 100, best group 0.5 inches with factory loads. It holds 1 MOA at 500, drifts 8 inches in a 10-mile breeze, 98% hits on a 10-inch Vital. At $2,200, it's a pro's pick, thousands hunt with it. This all-terrain's one. Curious why Outdoor Life calls it flawless. 2. Browning X Bolt 2 Speed, the mountain mauler. The Peaks Lumen Elks at 400, X-Bolt 2-speed chambers a 308, firing a 165-grain Nosler AccuBond at 2,700 feet per second from a 22-inch fluted barrel. A lightweight loser? No dice, this mauler's a mountain god. 0.75-inch average groups at 100, best group 0.55 inches with handloads. It holds 0.9 MOA at 600, drifts 9 in a gust, 97% hits on a 12-inch steel. At $1,500, it's a hunter's gem, thousands packet. This mountain's to wonder why Backfire loves it. 3. Ruger American Gen 2, the budget brawler. The woods close in a whitetails at 200, Ruger American Gen 2 chambers a 308, slinging a 150-grain Federal Fusion at 2,800 feet per second from a 20-inch spiral fluted barrel. A cheap chuck? No way, this brawler's a budget king. 0.8-inch average groups at 100, best group 0.6 inches with factory ammo. It holds 1 MOA at 400, drifts 10 in a breeze, 96% hits on a 10-inch Vital. At $650, it's a steal, thousands own it. This budget's 3. Dying to know why Field and Stream calls it a bargain. 4. Tikka T3X Light, the finish fighter. The Tundra chills a moose's at 300, Tikka T3X Light chambers a 308, firing a 180-grain Barnes TSX at 2,600 feet per second from a 22-inch stainless barrel. A flimsy flop? No shot, this fighter's a finish star. 0.7-inch average groups at 100, best group 0.52 inches with factory loads. It holds 0.8 MOA at 500, drifts 9 in a wind, 97% hits on an 11-inch plate. At $900, it's a hunter's prize, thousands carry it. This finishes 4. Curious why Pew Pew tactical raves. 5. Bergara B14 Hunter, the classic crusher. The plains stretch a pronghorns at 300, Bergara B14 Hunter chambers a 308, slinging a 150-grain Remington core locked at 2,800 feet per second from a 22-inch barrel. A dated dud? No dice, this crusher's a classic god. 0.75-inch average groups at 100, best group 0.58 inches with handloads. It holds 0.9 MOA at 400, drifts 10 in a gust, 96% hits on a 10-inch steel. At $800, it's a bargain, thousands grab it. This classic's 5. Wonder why Meat-Eater loves it. 6. Springfield 2020 Boundary, the hybrid hammer. The hills roll a black bears at 200, Springfield 2020 Boundary chambers a 308, firing a 165-grain Federal Trophy bonded at 2,700 feet per second from a 22-inch carbon fiber barrel. A gimmick gun? No way, this hammer's a hybrid star. 0.8-inch average groups at 100, best group 0.6 inches with factory ammo. It holds 1 MOA at 400, drifts 9 in a breeze, 96% hits on a 10-inch Vital. At $2,000, it's a premium pick, thousands trust it. 7. Winchester Model 70 Featherweight, the timeless titan. The Valley hums a Deers at 300. Model 70 Featherweight chambers a 308, slinging a 150-grain Winchester ballistic silvertip at 2,800 feet per second from a 22-inch barrel. An old relic. No shot, this Titan's a timeless king. 0.7-inch average groups at 100. Best group 0.55 inches with factory loads. It holds 0.8 MOA at 500. Drifts 8 in a wind, 97% hits on an 11-inch plate. At $200, it's a hunter's prize, thousands carry it. 8. Savage 110 Ultralight, the Featherweight Fury. The mountains rise a goats at 300. Savage 110 Ultralight chambers a 308, firing a 150-grain Hornady LX at 2,800 feet per second from a 22-inch carbon fiber barrel. A flimsy fad? No dice, this Fury's a featherweight god. 0.8-inch average groups at 100. Best group 0.62 inches with hand loads. It holds 0.9 MOA at 400, drifts 10 in a gust, 96% hits on a 10-inch steel. At $1,500, it's a hunter's gem, thousands grab it. This featherweight's 8. Wonder why Backfire calls it a steal. Why these rifles rule. Pros at Outdoor Life and Backfire aren't hyping these 308 rifles, dominate hunting for hard reasons. Sako 90s Adventures ergonomics and 0.7-inch groups make it a do-all king. Browning X-Bolt 2 speeds, recoil brake and lightweight build, nail elk at 600. Ruger American Gen 2's $650 price and sub-MOA shot screen value. Tikka T3X light smooth bolt and 6.2-pound frame, slay moose in snow. Bergara B14 Hunter's walnut stock and classic action drop pronghorn at 400. Springfield 2020 Boundaries carbon barrel and M-Loke versatility, crush bears in tight woods. Winchester Model 70's heritage and 0.7-inch groups, bag deer at 500. Savage 110 Ultralight's 5.9-pound frame and carbon barrel hunt goats on peaks. Your Mossberg Patriot's a reliable 308 hunter. But these rigs push reliability and accuracy to legendary levels. Stick with 150 grain loads for deer or 180 grain for elk. The buck's down, the tag's punched. Now what's your next hunt gonna prove? You've stalked the wild with me, felt the pulse of 308 rifles that match your Mossberg's grit and drill vitals tighter than a drum, daring you to pick the rig that'll carry your name through the seasons. These aren't guns, they're partners, forged for the mud, snow, and sweat of the chase, tempting you to test their steel before your next dawn in the blind. Millions hunt under open skies, why settle for good when epic's in your hands? Peer through your next scope, choose your champion, and let the wild etch your shot. This is 8 best .308 rifles for hunting in 2025. Reliable and field-tested, load fierce, aim true, and make the woods your own.